I know I can't be the only one who's had a few games in their backlog that they really want to get through, but never have the time to until the perfect storm comes and you find yourself grinding it for like 3 days straight or something. I definitely found myself in this situation where I finally had the time and opportunity to get through games that I either slept on or have been evading me for years, and I'll be sharing those gaming experiences as they're some of my most fond, and those are all games I'm sharing my thoughts and recommending to you. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this. We're so very close to 100 subscribers, so let's try to hit that by the end of the month. I also want to let you know that I'm officially launching my Discord server today, Bril's Lair, and not only will it be the best place to keep up with everybody, chat and discuss and keep up with the latest on the channel, but I'm also launching what I'm calling the Underworld. The Underworld is the server's premium service that allows you to put your money where your mouth is and play in player-generated prize pool tournaments in the most popular games today like Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, freaking Rainbow Six Siege, Fortnite, and even Pokemon, you name it. Not only that, I'm giving the first 28 people to enter the server 2 months of premium access, so not only can you enter the tournaments, but you also will be entered in monthly and seasonal giveaways. So don't miss out on this opportunity because I promise you, it's only up from here, and you can put some money in your pocket. So I'm not gonna hold us up any longer. Check out the link in the description below, and let's get right into the video. Persona 4 Golden is one of those games that has evaded me for years prior to its release back on PC in 2020. My first experience with this game came back way in 2013 when I was a wee lad, I think in about 8th grade, and I finally just got my brand new PS Vita, and it's like I had the future in my hands. A 5-inch OLED screen, dual sticks on a handheld, and a touch screen. Like, this thing was sure to be a success. Nevertheless, I had my eyes set on a few games, and Persona 4 Golden was one of them. Now, at this time, I've never played a JRPG, but it seemed like something I could be interested in. The narrative and gameplay of this one and the game overall just had this charm that really lured me in. I didn't even know that it was essentially an enhanced port of a PS2 game, let alone a very popular series, Shin Megami Tensei, until years later. This was really the first time I went out on a limb and branched out to a game genre and series I've never been aware of, and I did not regret it at all. I was having a great time with it on Vita. The game looks pretty good graphically considering the power of the Vita itself, but the game really caught my attention. In Persona 4, you and your group of high school friends deal with a mystifying TV channel that exaggerates and distorts the truth about their identities. Their once calm town is rocked by a spate of strange killings connected to this TV channel, and alongside your friends, you must carry out rescue operations to keep the TV victims from dying while exploring the mysterious world inside. And that's the gist of this just for now, because unfortunately, I had came to the realization that the PS Vita was actually ass. The hardware itself was amazing, especially the 1000 model, but the games they were releasing really just didn't appeal to me, and as a result, I let GameStop con me. Again. But if you were paying attention earlier, I did say the game released on PC in 2020, and at the height of the pandemic, you can best believe I took the first opportunity to pick this game up, and at 20 bucks, you can't go wrong with that at all. After what was maybe 7 years at this point, I'm finally reunited with this game, and the first thing that really hit me was the soundtrack. Like, if you played this game before, let me know, but I just find a lot of these songs so catchy. But while the music is a bop, the story is interesting and engaging, and the social aspects and navigation around the world are fun and all, the one thing about JRPGs that gets me is turn-based combat. Not that I can't play a turn-based combat game, I love Baldur's Gate and shit, I even play Pokemon, but Personas was never really appealing to me. The Personas themselves never really stuck with me, and the navigation around the dungeons wasn't really the highlight of my experience, but it wasn't bad enough to drag down the entire game. There's so much to do in this game between the TV channel missions, going to school, your classes, and even work, that is really just one part of the whole equation. The characters are really fun and can be compelling, and by the end of the game, I was actually really wishing I would have got to fully enjoy and appreciate this game on Vita all those years back, taking it everywhere on the go and just having a blast with the game. but overall, Persona 4 is just a great experience. It's been ported over to all consoles now, so if you're looking for a new JRPG and you somehow haven't played this one, or even if you're just looking to find the right game to get you into the genre just like I was, I think Persona 4 Golden is your game. I'm not gonna lie, I've grown to become a really stingy gamer, and I don't like spending money on games I might not really like without the assurance of a sweet Steam refund. I have been prone to purchasing games and not really playing them at all, and I don't want to really be wasting money like that, so I'm picky about what I play and what I buy, and I found myself in this predicament with Control. The game looked really cool, it was really well received, but I still remain hesitant to take the plunge. Then on one fateful day, hate it or love it, but the Epic Games Store came through and made it one of its free games of the week, and now I had no excuses to not give it a try, and that I did, for about 15 minutes before I got a headache. My preferred gaming input is mouse and keyboard, but Control gave me some serious motion sickness. If only there was some setting that could really help mitigate that. Nevertheless, after a quick Alt F4, I said goodbye to Control up until last year, about 2 years later after its initial release on the Epic Games Store. This time, I went into the game with the mission to see it through to its end, and this time without motion blur, and I will say the game definitely lived up to all the excitement I heard about it. For those unfamiliar, Control is a third-person action-adventure game where you play as Jesse Faden, the newest director of the Federal Bureau of Control, a covert US government organization entrusted with containing and researching paranormal phenomena. You explore the oldest house, the FBC's New York's headquarters, as you try to get to the bottom of what is really going on there. Control is a unique game, both in gameplay and concept. It's eerie as you explore and bear witness to all the unexplained paranormal activity, and your character Jessie is a really cool one. Her Secret Service weapon can morph into a pistol and then a shotgun, which is mechanically really fun to use, and her telekinetic powers for me are really at the forefront of what makes her so cool. For me, telekinesis is like 2 or 3 on my top list of powers I'd want, so to play a game to having this ability is extra points in my book. And Jessie's abilities allow her to telekinetically levitate both herself and other objects, and she's also capable of taking command of weaker adversaries. Through the skill tree, players can enhance Jessie's abilities and the Secret Service weapons at different points in the game, and because of Control's fully reactive environments and Jessie's ability to interact with most items through this telekinesis power, the game is more dynamic and complex and gives the player more flexibility to overcome obstacles in the game. It took me a while to even play the game, and a bit longer to get through, but at the end of my time with Control, I really did enjoy it, and if you're like me and you've been hearing good things about this game for years, take my advice, and I say you go give it a try. One thing I remember being a fairly common occurrence as a young gamer kid back in the day was randomly stumbling upon a game I've never seen in a franchise that I actually knew about. In my elementary school days, I didn't have such easy access to the internet to keep up with the latest releases. Not that I really cared as much as a kid, but it goes to say that I really only found about new games when it came time to go to the mall and going into the now dreaded GameStop, or finding out from family and friends what was new based off what they had, which was really my main way. My mind was constantly being blown every time I'd go to my cousin's or uncle's house because they always had the latest games and systems. So you can only imagine my surprise in 2008 when my dad and I went to go chill at my uncle's house, who just so happened to have what was pretty new at the time, the fat PS3, and of course, Grand Theft Auto 4. My only GTA experience at this time had only really been on Vice City when I was a kid, and I didn't get a PS3 or Xbox 360 until like 2011, so I'm literally experiencing the future. And even to this day, when I think about playing this game, I might as well dropped right into NYC that night. Well, the fun was short-lived because we didn't stay too long, and I wouldn't touch GTA 4 for another 4 years until when I was in middle school, and I finally convinced my parents to let me buy GTA at GameStop for $20. Not sure if your parents are like mine, but at this point, I already had Call of Duty, so them holding out on GTA 4 was, when I was sneak playing it when I was like 5 years old, it was really funny to me, like fake concerned parent alert, but whatever, you guys do you, love y'all. But with the game finally in my own hands, I did a couple missions, shot at a few people, and went right back to Call of Duty. And as each Call of Duty came out and the eventual release of GTA 5 like a year later after I got GTA 4, it pushed it way down the list of my priority of games to play, and it didn't help once I got the PS4 because that became my main console. It wouldn't be about until 2020 when I finally pulled the trigger and bought it on PC after a Steam sale, and I couldn't be more hyped. Here, I can uncap the frame rate, have the highest graphics settings, and with the game finally in my own hands once again, I did a couple missions, shot a few people, and went right back to Call of Duty. After a few more years of collecting dust at the bottom of my Steam library, one day I got the random urge and courage to start and commit to a game, and Nico Bellic's number was being called. This video is called Games I Should Have Played Sooner for a reason, because this is the forefront of games I should have played much sooner, because it's no doubt my favorite GTA storyline to play through. The GTA formula is nothing too crazy outside of driving from checkpoint to checkpoint, watching some cutscenes as the story builds up, and handling the missions. It's the world and characters that really makes these games, and Nico Bellic is one of the best protagonists the Grand Theft Auto series has to offer, alongside Cousin Roman of course. These two characters really stand out throughout the entire series, and I can't even mention that the gameplay was peak. Even supporting characters like Little Jacob, Michelle, Manny, Brucey, Packy, all these characters have their own usefulness to the narrative and overall just add to the fun and intrigue of the world. The story is one of the best the series has to offer, and amazing action and a narrative that will keep you wanting to see it through its end. Liberty City is at its best in the GTA 4 being the definitive version of this setting, and its big, bleak design is one of the main reasons this game is so beloved. Me, personally, I really appreciate physics in a game, and GTA 4 has some of the most fun ragdolls in the entire series. It'll always stick out to me the first time I've seen Nico Bellic fly through a window after a crash. That's just the attention to detail that I absolutely love. The one critique I would say about this game is that driving can be a bit tricky to get used to. After a while, it's not like just how GTA was, it's not very responsive. This is very slidey and very tricky, but it does become second nature, and you do learn how to navigate fast and effectively, eventually. Throughout my playthrough, I was honestly not looking forward to reaching the end of the main story, and when I did, I went on to complete the DLCs Lost Him Dan and The Ballad of Gay Tony. Now what I didn't mention is that many times if you're buying GTA 4 on PC, it will be the definitive edition, which does come with these two DLCs, and we won't really get into them, but if you find yourself really wanting more of Liberty City and the GTA 4 experience, then they're well worth your time, just like the base game. But that's going to end off this video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. Have you played any of the games mentioned? And what games did you sleep on at first but ended up loving later on? Let me know in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. And also be sure to join my Discord server link down below. It's going to be the best place to chat and keep up with the latest for the channel, as well as the premier spot for premium members to compete in prize pool tournaments for cash and rewards. So check it out, linked in the description below. I hope you all have a fantastic day, stay safe, peace.